I love chocolate. Who doesn't love chocolate?
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. If this is your first time here, my name is Tara, and on this channel I love to share delicious, easy, and healthy recipes that you can make right in your very own kitchens. I asked in the last video what you guys would like to see next, and you guys are really interested in more delicious, healthy snacks. So that's what we're gonna be making today, and we're gonna be making 3 of them. First up, we are making a delicious chocolate truffle protein muffin. And these muffins are great for meal prepping, so incredibly moist, and you guys are gonna absolutely love them. Next up, we are making chocolate cherry energy bites. These energy bites are no bake, have a delicious cherry center, and so incredibly tasty. Lastly, we're gonna be making a double chocolate breakfast cookie. These cookies are so incredibly delicious. All 3 of these recipes are great for meal prepping. They're great to throw in your backpack, they're great to throw in your purse, and I can't wait to hear what you guys think of it. Before we get started, if you have not already, I would love for you to be a part of this community. You do that by hitting the red subscribe button below, and be sure to hit the bell icon. That way you're notified each time I post a new video. Okay guys, let's hop right into the video. First up are these chocolate truffle protein muffins. So we're gonna grab a large bowl, we're gonna add almond flour, cacao powder, hemp hearts. I love using hemp hearts in recipes like this. I'm using sprouted rolled oats here. You can use regular rolled oats if you like, and some chia seeds, and chocolate protein powder. I don't typically use protein powder, but this company Iconic sent this to me to try, and I have to say it was rather delicious. Now we're gonna add coconut sugar, Himalayan pink salt, and cinnamon. I love cinnamon. It's great for your metabolism. And we're gonna give it a really good mix. Now we're gonna get started on our wet ingredients. So I'm cracking in 1 large cage-free egg here. Using my fork, I'm just kind of mixing it up really well. You don't want any lumps in there. Now I'm gonna add some plant-based milk. This is unsweetened, unflavored almond milk. We're adding some pure maple syrup. It's very, very great as an antimicrobial. And of course, some pure vanilla extract. Vanilla really brings out the chocolate flavor. I always love to use vanilla extract in any chocolate recipe. So now I'm kind of making a well in the center of my dry ingredients, and I'm gonna just pour this mixture right in. So using my spatula, I'm just kind of mixing it all up. The mixture felt a little bit dry to me, so I decided to add a little bit more of the plant-based milk. So much of cooking has to do with changing things up as you go. The more you do it, the more comfortable you get with it. I knew that I was going to do a lot of mixing with this recipe, so I reserved the baking powder until now. Sometimes if you add it too early, it can actually toughen your dough. So I'm just lightly mixing it in there, and now we're going to get our muffin cups ready. So I have this great cookie scoop. It's about 1/4 of a cup, and I'm filling each of these parchment little cute baking cups with this mixture. You can see that this mixture is very thick, and that is exactly what we want. This recipe should yield you about 11 muffins. Now I'm using my fork and I'm just pressing them down a bit, sticking them in my preheated oven, and after about 15 to 20 minutes, this is how they come out. The texture is so incredibly perfect. You guys are gonna absolutely love these. Next up, we have our chocolate cherry energy bites. So we are gonna take some cashew nuts and I'm gonna pour them inside of my Pyrex glass measuring jar. And now I'm pouring some hot water over them. I'm not letting them soak too long, probably about 20 minutes. I've drained them, poured them into my food processor. Now I'm adding my dried cherries. We are working on the inside part of these energy bites right now. So I'm just pulsing the mixture up, and now I'm adding some plant-based milk straight inside of there and still pulsing. I'm also gonna add some pure vanilla paste. I actually really like using this. It really gets all of those vanilla beans right inside of there. You can also use vanilla extract if you don't have this. And this is about the texture that we're looking for. To the same food processor I just lightly wiped out, I'm adding the dates to it. Of course, I've taken the pits out. And I'm just pulsing this. We're looking to make a paste here. That's just about right. Now we're gonna add our hemp hearts, our chocolate protein powder, our sprouted rolled oats, cacao powder, and I have melted some coconut oil, and I'm just gonna pulse this up again. Now we're gonna add some plant-based milk, again unsweetened, unflavored almond milk is what I'm using, and still giving it a nice little pulse. So when it got to be about this consistency, it's still not holding together very well, but I decided to transfer it to a bowl. I thought it would be a little bit easier. So I'm adding a little bit more plant-based milk. Again, just like in the first recipe, we're really going for a texture, not so much an ideal measurement as to the wetness of the dough and what we're looking for the purpose of the recipe. The best way to tell if you need more liquid in a recipe is to actually get your hands in there and feel it and squeeze it. We know we need this to be sticky, to hold together, so I'm adding a little bit at a time of the almond milk until I get just the consistency that I need. And right about there is absolutely perfect. So now I'm using this cookie scoop to kind of make them all the same size. You can just use a regular teaspoon if you like. I'm rolling it into a ball. And now I'm wanting to stuff these, so I'm kind of separating it out, trying to figure out the best way to do this. And so I kind of just put it in between there, sandwiched it, squeezed it back together. The advantage of the dough being sticky is this works really well. And remember, we're not baking this. This is a no-bake recipe. We're really just looking to get them to stay together. So here's a nice close-up shot, and you can see I'm just kind of squeezing it. If some of it leaks out and gets on the outside, that is perfectly fine because we're going to put these in the freezer, and that's actually where we're going to store them. These are equally delicious if you didn't even want to stuff them with the cherry mixture. I just really feel the cherry mixture really adds to the recipe. There really is no right or wrong way to do this. You're just looking to get that cherry mixture inside of the center of that energy bite. And if some leaks out, that's perfectly fine. These are going to be frozen anyway, and it's all going to stay together. I figured out right at the end that it was the easiest just to literally cut it in half, stick it right there, and then squish it back together instead of trying to make a hole. So now to make these extra pretty and have some extra texture, I'm kind of rolling these in some shredded coconut. I had put this coconut through my spice grinder to get it really nice and fine. You could use chopped up nuts here. Here I've taken it, dipped it inside of that cherry mixture and then into some cacao nibs. This was my absolute favorite way. They look so fancy and boy were they incredibly delicious. And now for our last easy snack idea, we're making double chocolate breakfast cookies. These could not get any simpler. We're going to start by making a flax egg, which is 1 tablespoon of ground flax and 3 tablespoons of filtered water. I was planning on using a regular egg, but I didn't have any, but the flax egg worked perfectly. So we're going to just kind of mix this up, set it aside so it can gel up, and now we're going to get onto our dry ingredients. So we're combining almond flour, I'm using sprouted quick cooking oats, hemp hearts, cacao powder, the chocolate truffle protein powder, some Himalayan pink salt, and we're going to use both baking soda and baking powder for this recipe. And I'm just kind of whisking the dry ingredients up. And now it's on to our wet ingredients. In another bowl, we're going to add our flax egg. First, check out this consistency. That's about what we're looking for. That's just perfect. So we're going to pour the flax egg right inside of this bowl. And now we're going to add the coconut sugar. I kind of want to do here what you would typically do with butter, like to cream it. So that's kind of was my intention here, and it worked absolutely perfect. Of course, vanilla extract and some plant-based milk. And we are just going to whisk that all up. Perfect. So again, we're making a well in the center of the dry ingredients. We're going to pour the wet right into it. And using a spoon, I'm just kind of stirring this together. So now I've melted some coconut oil in the microwave, and now I'm gonna just pour it right in. These are gonna make these cookies absolutely perfect. I'm using refined coconut oil so that we don't get any of the coconut flavor. And I'm adding just a little bit more plant-based milk. Again, get your hands in there. That is the absolute best way to tell if the consistency is right. And that is looking just about perfect. So I'm using wet hands here. That is the best way because this dough is going to be sticky. And I'm just making sure everything is fully incorporated into each other. Perfect. So now I'm grabbing a cookie scoop, again, just to kind of have them as the same size. This dough is not as sticky as the energy bites, but that is okay. We just need them to stick together even just a little bit. It will look like they're gonna fall apart, but trust me, they will not. If some of it falls off, just stick it back together, and that is perfectly fine. See how I'm molding it with my hands? That's what you want to do, just like that. You want these to be about the thickness that you want them to be at the end, because they're really not going to change shape very much. Just about right. So it would not be a double chocolate chip cookie if we did not have chocolate chips. So I'm adding 3 to the top of each one. I'm not even really sticking them in very much. They will stick once they melt. You just want to kind of just stick them in just a little bit. You could see the cookie look like it was breaking a little bit. Trust me, guys, it is absolutely fine. Stick it in the oven. They come out looking like this. Oh my goodness, these cookies actually blew me away. They were so incredible. Look at that.
What did you think of today's video? I would love to hear what you guys think of it. Drop me a comment below and let me know a video that you would really like to see. If you liked today's video and you want to see more like it, be sure to hit that like button and share this video with your friends, your family, your coworkers, or anyone else that you know that is interested in healthy but delicious recipes. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye, guys.